Hello and welcome. This is my first full trail ride for my Diamondback Response, and it's at the Hallowell Reservoir Trails in Hallowell, Maine. I bought this hardtail, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks ago to use for a loaner bike for the workplace mountain bike rides that I lead at work. Well, I guess where else would you lead a workplace ride? Anyway, it's a hardtail, as I said. It's got 26-inch wheels, brand new Bontrager Connection Trail tires from the bike shop I bought it from, and the fork is rated at 100 millimeters. In practice, it's more like 65 millimeters, although it does have a preload adjuster, so there's something. There's a full walk around and a first quick look and ride linked at the end of this video. Before I lend this bike, I wanted to put it through its paces and see if it was worthy of lending, so I don't want anybody to use it and get hurt. So now we're off the gravel and we're on to some single track called Little Egypt. I have no idea where they ever got the name for that, but for some reason it makes me think of a fan dancer from the 1920s. Well, I just could be completely wrong. Who knows? This trail is rooty and rocky, bumpy and lumpy, and awful lot of fun. And I found that the Response lives up to its name. It turns on a dime because of that short wheelbase, and it is a surprisingly good climber, although it's kind of hard to tell on the video because it flattens out the slopes. Handles great. It's a fun bike to ride. Now this is a little bit of a challenging climb. It's not long, but it's awful slippery because of all the roots and stuff. Plus, at this time of the year, there are a lot of leaves down on the trail too, and sometimes riding on those leaves, especially when they're wet, it's kind of like trying to drive on ice with your automobile. Yeah, the handling is good, and the bike is in pretty good shape. It's got some cosmetic issues, but I can deal with that. And I have some plans in mind. Oh yeah, right there. Ow. Expletive deleted. I pinched my left pinky between the tree and the handlebar there. Unfortunately, about a month ago, I had a real bad tumble and really smacked my left hand up pretty badly. Didn't break anything, but man, it took forever for the swelling to go down, and it's still kind of stiff, so that hit right there didn't help any. This is a nice trail called Piney Woods. This is a trail where I have taken a couple of people who were first-time riders, literally their first time riding mountain bikes, because the trails are fairly flat and they're flowy, and this time of the year the Piney Woods actually is loaded with pines, and the place just smells so wonderful in the autumn. I wish you could have been there. I really do. So here's the thing I like, speaking of mountain biking. Yeah, I've had a few hard tumbles. Didn't break anything, but I came close to breaking my nose once. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I get beat up a lot riding trails, although I have gotten better. I mean, this is my first full season, so I don't feel too bad about that. But I have had way too many close calls on the road from fools who were more interested in their telephones than they were in paying attention to what they were doing while they were driving. It's just, I don't know, discouraging, I guess is the word, because I love all kinds of cycling. Road, rail trails, obviously off-road. I don't pretend to be an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but by golly, I do have a good time out here. And it just irks me that these people on the road aren't paying attention, and sometimes they're actually pointedly antagonistic. I mean, I've had one time a guy in a pickup truck threw a beer bottle out in front of me, so I'd have to ride through broken glass. Luckily, he wasn't bright enough to do the math, and the bottle landed in the ditch. So this is coming up towards the end of Piney Ridge, and I had to cut a lot out because you would lose interest real quickly and fall asleep, I'm sure. All in all, I'm quite pleased with this 12-year-old bike. Like I said, it rides great. It handles superbly. I mean, it turns on a dime with that short wheelbase. And with the 26-inch wheels, yeah, it doesn't roll over obstacles like a 29er would, but it's maneuverable. It'll just pick up and go. And whoever chose the gearing for this bike at the Diamondback HQ, well, they nailed it, because this thing climbs like nobody's business. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big old thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done so. Below left is a link to my first look and first test ride of the Diamondback Response. Below right is a link to another one of my videos. And as always, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it when you do. Bye.